Hey, what's up, everyone at home from Canada, USA, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the 5 spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens, and of course, USA included as well. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, misunderstood, lonely nomad, unstoppable, independent podcaster, and of course, Queens, New York native of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging out with me on the 286th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. And we have a jam-packing show for you today. And I do apologize for not recording yesterday. I was watching a Mets game that I could not miss. And for the most part, though, man, I've been shuffling around the podcast recording schedules lately and stuff, only because I wanted to make sure that I actually have some topics for you folks out there, so that way you'll be able to know what's going on and stuff like that. So you know, and yeah, so let me just I have a couple of things that I want to say actually. Now because Stitcher is no longer a streaming platform anymore, it actually is no longer the case anymore. So I did put the RSS feed to two of the streaming platforms, which I will say at the end of the podcast episode. So stay tuned for that one right there. Um, so yeah. Also, if you love this show, right? You have like two options where you could support the podcast actually. As far as like, you could tip any amount of money you want either in Cash App or PayPal, whichever you're comfortable with. So it's Cash App. $, G Money Stacks 555, and of course PayPal as well, which is G Money Stacks, Queens, New York. So there you have it right there. That's my PayPal and my Cash App right there. In case you want to support the show, you can give any amount of tips you want. All right. So there you go, right there. I don't think I'm gonna have time to cover what's going on with the in a future episode. I am going to actually try to get some more updates because there's been some further developments of the double strikes that's going on right now. But I'm not gonna be able to do it right now in this episode, but probably in a future episode because there's some shocking shit that I have to tell y'all, man. And let's just say I don't think it's going to be a win-win situation. It's going to be more like a lose-lose situation, you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that topic right there in a future episode. So just wanted to put it out there. Um and yes, if you are new to the YouTube channel universe and you miss any new or previous episodes of the live stream recordings, don't worry. Everything's uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555 is where you could grab that subscribe button from me. That way you'll be able to enable alerts so you'll be reminded when the podcast recording live streams is going to be happening, and where you can find the live videos. You can find the live videos under the live section. All right. So when you go to the link in my channel, you're gonna see the word live. All right. That's where you're gonna see some of the episodes. Okay. So you can't say you didn't see any videos. All right. So you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, back to the YouTube platform here. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that's being discussed. And also be sure to listen, stream, watch the episodes in case you miss any of the episodes whatsoever. Share the videos, share the episodes, and of course tell a friend to another friend, and of course do the same with do the same with following the podcast also is on Facebook threads and of course I'll get to the rest afterwards. All right. So today's episode, one of the topics is going to be about Kraft Singles. But first, let's get into a little New York Mass Transit files right here, man. We got some transit stuff to talk about here. And here it goes. All right, we got some transit stuff to talk about here. Now, before I even get into the transit stuff, let me see who's in the chat right here. This is shouts to Tree underscore Yana, man. I appreciate you for viewing this. Thank you very much. By the way, folks, if you are watching the Instagram live feed on Instagram on the podcast show page right there, and if you're viewing this, you could say hi. You could actually chime in on whatever topics that I'm going to be talking about here, man. That's what this other platform is for. Not just YouTube, but also Instagram Live. So just wanted to put it out there though, man. And speaking of which, let's get into some transit stuff right here, man. All right, so here's what's happening here. Let this plane pass. Okay, here's what's happening. Construction is set to begin by the end of this year of phase 2 of the Second Avenue subway, extending the Q line between 90th Street and 125th Streets on Manhattan's east side. The project will add 3 stations to the Q line in some of the city's most densely populated transit deserts, such as 106th Street and 2nd Avenue, 116th Street and 2nd Avenue, and 125th Street and Lexington Avenue, where the Q train will terminate at a transfer station with the 4, 5, and 6 lines. The MTA says the line's extension will eventually serve more than 100,000 riders each day. Interesting. On Wednesday, Governor Kathy Hochul and the MTA announced the agency is formally soliciting bids for the first construction contract on the transit mega project. As part of my administration's efforts to advance transit equity across New York State, the Second Avenue subway project will expand critical public transportation service to East Harlem, creating more opportunity for residents, Governor Kathy Hochul said in a statement. We, we remain committed to keeping this long envisioned project moving along swiftly for East Harlem, and I am proud to see it moving one step closer to reality. Before construction can start, the MTA will solicit bids from construction firms for the lucrative design build contract. The agency will hold an industry outreach event for, which already happened already, um, outreach event for con- contractors and consultants. That the bidding that took place on July 11th on in the headquarters in Lower Manhattan. Um, excuse me, a subway line under Second Avenue was originally proposed in the 1920s during a period of significant transit expansion in the Big Apple, but remained a pipe dream for decades, even as officials tore down the existing elevated lines on Second and Third Avenues. The East Harlem community has been waiting decades for rapid transit service to return to the neighborhood. After several false starts, work began in the 2000s on the first phase to extend the queue to 96th Street and build four new stops on the Upper East Side. The first phase opened to great fanfare in 2017. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Um, Let me make sure I turn this a little low so there's no feedback. All right, we should be good. Okay. Where was I? Yes. So phase two of the Second Avenue subway is an investment in transit equity and a truly life-changing project, said MTA chair and CEO General Lieber. Hold on. All right. Let's see. All right, so the East Harlem community has waited decades for it, and this expansion will serve over 100,000 riders daily, um, connecting Harlemites to jobs, education, and opportunity throughout the region. It, if the project moves beyond the first two phases, it would one day extend down the east side all the way to Hanover Square and the financial district on a brand new line. The T bearing a turquoise logo. After overcoming a long gestation period, Second Avenue Phase One became the largest expansion of the subway system in decades. Hold that thought. It also became notorious as one of the most expensive transit infrastructure projects on a per mile basis in world history. The 1.8-mile segment cost $4.6 billion to complete. Hmm. Yes. Phase two is projected to cost even more money. The MTA is currently estimating the total cost at $6.95 billion, up from $6.3 billion a few years ago. But in its most recent estimates, the Federal Transit Administration notes the MTA has submitted documents pinning the price tag at just under $7.7 billion in total, and that includes $731 million in debt service, an MTA spokesperson confirmed. All right. Okay. Hmm. That's despite the fact that phase two is shorter in length at 1.5 miles than phase one, and much of its stretch will extend through a tunnel between 110th and 120th Streets that was already built in the 1970s for the project before being abandoned amid the city's fiscal crisis that decade. Fucking MTA officials are seeking about $3.4 billion from federal government to pay for 44.2% of the project. Sheesh. other other money other money for the project will come from the revenues derived from congestion pricing, which has received federal approval and is expected to go into effect by mid 2024 of next year. Damn. Damn, son. That's crazy. That's crazy right there, man. Damn, man. All right. So, the cost of the capital construction for projects in New York. Yes, projects in New York significantly outpaces that of any other city in America or the world, according to researchers at New York University's Marron Institute of Urban Management. Getting an enormous tunnel boring machine underground to dig the train tubes is, of course, difficult and costly as it is, but that's only part of the expenditures the MTA will have to make for the project. The MTA also has to shell out to relocate existing underground utility lines, which the agency says it's doing upfront after learning from costly mistakes in phase one. The project also involves many millions of dollars in real estate transactions to acquire all the necessary land for staging and construction. But the bill for phase one will was also inflated due to the gigantic size of the stations, much larger than standard single line stops in the system built in previous decades, according to the NYU researchers. Initial renderings released Wednesday showed that the stations in the Phase 2 extension are also planned to be similarly huge. The NC also spent about $656 million on consultants in Phase 1, which the NYU researchers noted was twice what it cost to actually bore tunnels between 63rd and 90th Streets. Oof. Damn. The construction contract being bid out is for utility line relocation. Let's see. The MTA estimates that the construction is underway. Completion can be expected within 7 to 8 years. Once construction is underway on phase two of the Second Avenue subway, we've said it is expected to take approximately 7 to 8 years to complete, said the MTA's head of construction, Jamie Torres Springer. The actual timeline will be determined after bids are received from design build companies that include commitments for both cost and duration. All right, let's see. Access a ride. All right. Paratransit riders are sounding the alarm at the proposal by the NCA to raise fares and cap rides, which already happened already, which is now $2.90. I previously told y'all folks in the New York area about the fare hikes that's gonna be going down. So yeah, yeah, let me see. Yeah, so Cat Rides as it expands service for its on-demand access a ride pilot. The NC's proposal would triple the size of the e-hail pilot, which launched in 2017 from 1,200 to 3,600 randomly selected participants, though the number remains a small fraction of the city's 175,000 disabled transit riders eligible for paratransit service. The pilot has been popular among Access a Ride users as it addresses a key gripe with the paratransit service. Participants can request a ride spontaneously and at will, just like any other transit rider, as opposed to regular Access a Ride users who must schedule rides a day or two in advance. But the expansion of the pilot is not being received well in the disability community. The proposal bumps the on-demand fare to 82% from $2.75 to $5 and puts caps on the number of trips for which the MTA will cover a co-pay. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Each fare will cost $5 for what the agency is deeming a premium service, with meters running based on regular cab fares. The MTA is presenting two options to riders for a co-pay structure, um, covering the first $40 of the meter fare, which riders after which riders must pay any extra for up to 25 trips per month, or covering the first $25 of fares for up to um, 4 trips per month. Damn. Damn, son. Damn. Damn, son. Damn. All right. Okay. So, at the MTA Board's New York City Transit Committee on Monday, advocates deemed the proposal rationing that treats disabled riders like second class citizens. On the subway, people are encouraged with the Omni fare to ride more often. Once you make 12 rides on the subway or the bus, then they are free. But if you are in the on demand program, they want to limit how many rides we can take, said Michael Ring, a member of the advocacy group Disabled in Action and a pilot program participant. This is the opposite of the direction things should be going. People on Access-a-Ride should be able to ride spontaneously. Access-a-Ride was created in 1991 after the passage of the Federal Americans with Disabilities Act the year prior. It exists to meet the needs of nearly 1 million New Yorkers with disabilities who are shut out of much of the region's transit system, with only about a quarter of subway stations considered ADA compliant. Last June, the MTA settled a lawsuit with advocates wherein it agreed to make 95% of stations accessible by 2055. The interim disabled New Yorkers will continue having to rely on accessorize, blue and white vans, and broker services. But riders argue that the system does not provide equal protection to disabled New Yorkers, forcing them to schedule their lives around their trips and face tough luck if the timing of both their ride and their activities don't go to plan. Advocates said the on demand pilot has presented a vision of what life could be like with freedom of movement for disabled New Yorkers, but that the proposed changes would effectively block many riders who are disproportionately low income and experience barriers to stable employment from participating. With the traditional access arrive, sometimes I have to get up 4 or 5 hours, or no, excuse me, 4 or 5 hours to be ready. Sometimes they do not show up. Sometimes we get left behind, said Valerie Williams, an on demand customer. Because of this program, that's why I'm here today. I took the on demand coming and have to take I have to take it coming back because I don't know what time the meeting is finished. We don't always know when we're gonna finish. We don't all just go to medical appointments. We live life. We're human beings. Williams continued, and as human beings, I ha- as a human being, I have a right to be able to go wherever I want to go as long as I have my fare. You do not tell you do not tell able-bodied people that they cannot travel. You do not tell them that, but you want to cap us. Would you like to live one day in my body and be capped? Disabled riders are eligible for half price fares on subways and buses, but must pay the full $2.75 fare on access or ride. The MTA has proposed raising subway, bus, and paratransit fares to $2.90, which I actually mentioned an episode ago, by Labor Day. Um, MTA officials note that customer satisfaction with access or ride service has improved in recent years, as has on-time performance, while the number of no-shows has sharply decreased since 2021. At the committee meeting, NYC Transit President Rich Davey contended that the limitations of the proposal, which will go before the full MTA board this week, are the trade-off needed to expand it beyond its current capacity, which is less than 1% of paratransit subscribers, while forestalling any further expenditure. Okay, what we're doing is tripling that amount to 3,600, but as mentioned, asking our customers to increase their copay and think about how they use their trips. We're looking at both volume and distance, said Davey. No system is perfect. I will tell you the system that we are suggesting that the board take a look at tomorrow is one that is within line with our other peer transit systems across the United States and is a service ultimately that's not required to be provided under um, double AR. But Access a Ride's shortcomings have not only been noticed by riders. In October, the Department of Justice sent a letter to the NCA accusing the agency of failing to provide a comparable level of service to paratransit users as for those riding fixed route services like subways and buses, an apparent violation of the ADA. The letter highlighted substantial numbers of significantly untimely pickups or drop offs, substantial numbers of trip denials or missed trips, and excessively long trips as capacity constraints put on riders in violation of the ADA. Improved on time performance on paratransit has led the MTA to reduce its threshold for what constitutes an on time arrival this year, but advocates have argued the move, which reduces the threshold for a late arrival from 30 to 20 minutes behind schedule, still leaves riders stranded for significant amounts of time. Based on the Fed's findings, disability advocates filed a class action lawsuit against the MTA, arguing excessive ride violates the ADA. The case is pending in federal court. On Monday, Ruth Lauren Ruth Lauren Cron, Director of Disability Justice at New York Lawyers for the Public Interest, testifies testified to the NTA that the changes to the on-demand program were also illegal, and speculated that further lawsuits could be coming the NTA's way. This is a civil rights issue. It is not legal to treat the disability community differently, said Lauren Cron. This is not a luxury service, as many have said. It and it should cost no more. In fact, it should cost less. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is not really how it works in reality, unfortunately. But sorry to hear what was going on. That sucks, man. That really has to suck right there, man. And kind of feel bad for these people, but that right there, that sucks, man. That really sucks, man. Yeah, and I know, man. I mean, the EMT got to do better though, man. And with this ridiculous excuses. But anyway, man. Let me see. 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 Yes. 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 Um. Okay. Um. So. Let's see. More than 2 dozen people were hospitalized Thursday night after a tour bus and an MTA bus collided at a Manhattan intersection. The fire department reported the incident happened at about 7:18 p.m. on July 6th at the corner of First Day Avenue and East 23rd Street near Peter Cooper Village. Woof. That is some scary shit, man. Hang on a second. That is some scary shit right there. Okay, there's more to the story. According to the MTA, an Express, no, X27 Express bus, which operates between Manhattan and Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, was traveling eastbound on East 23rd Street, heading for the FDR Drive, when it was broadsided by a double-decker tour bus that may have blown through a red light while traveling northbound on First Avenue. Shit. Both buses were relatively full at the time of the collision, according to FDNY Deputy Chief Kevin Murphy of Division 1 and Deputy Chief Paul Hopper of EMS Division 1. The NTA reported that 26 passengers and the driver on board and were on board the Express 27 at the time. The responding units worked quickly to rescue individuals from both vehicles using ladders and ropes at the times to get individuals trapped on the top of the tour bus after one of the egressors had been damaged in the wreck. Damn. Units quickly put up some ladders and used some ropes to lower the injured people down, Murphy explained. They did a really nice job. All the units worked well together. Um, as of 10 a.m. Friday morning, the fire department reported that 32 individuals had been taken to local hospitals for treatment of various injuries. 67 people were medically evaluated following the crash. None of the injuries appeared to be life threatening, Hopper said. The injuries varied from minor cuts and bruises to fractures. We're all quite fortunate it was not much worse, he noted. The cause of the crash remains unknown and under investigation, fire department sources said. The MTA New York City Transit President Richard Davey, however, laid the blame for the crash on the tour bus operator, which, based on preliminary reports, apparently ran a red light. End quote. It's certainly what our operator reported. Some of our customers reported, and I understand it. Some of the customers on the tour bus reported, Davey said. He was proceeding down 23rd Street here to get on the FDR Drive with a green light with a green light. At that point, the tour bus coming up First Avenue T-boned the bus, and I understand it. It was going so fast it actually hit it twice. It bounced back and again to our bus. Davey said the driver of the Express 27 bus, a 15-year veteran, was not seriously hurt in the crash. Um, damn. This this really this really sucks, man. But you know, I think it's the way you have to be careful of how you drive out there. Whether it's a bus, whether it's a double decker bus, whatever vehicle you're driving, you gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? You really have to be careful and be cautious of other people. That's like whether it's in front of you or behind you. You know what I mean? And the side of you in the intersection of a traffic light. I mean, this is why people get into accidents by running red lights. And I see this all the time too. And this is not new, folks. It's not new. Let's see. Let me see. All right. So we got another stupid idiot who got arrested, and that's musician, and that's R&B musician Jacquees. And I'll tell you why he did something very stupid that actually cost him his career. So I will explain that in a segment called Chatting All the Jazz right here. So let's get into it right here. Okay. Jacquees. Oh boy. Jacquees. He did something very stupid according to Complex. This is according to Complex, folks. Anyway, um, Jacquees born Rodriguez Broadnox is facing charges after the R&B singer was arrested Saturday morning following an altercation with police. As reported by Double XL, Jacquees has been charged with simple battery and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. both misdemeanors. Both misdemeanors in the state of Georgia. The incident took place Saturday morning after a police officer attempted to pull over Jacquees for not wearing a seatbelt. Um, the defendant did not obey my command and instead kept driving the vehicle at a low rate of speed with heavy traffic still northbound on Ocean Drive. The arresting officer reported in his arrest statement he he was then asked again to pull over and to provide me with his driver's license. The defendant once again refused to obey a lawful command from this officer. The officer claims Jacquees refused to obey his commands, at which point he was forced to request backup. Ah, man. How dumb do you have to be, man? How dumb do you have to fucking be? Like, seriously. His whole career is being ran off the road right there, man. How stupid. This is stupid, man. Very, very, very stupid. Very stupid and an epic fail right here. Okay, all right, so additional officers had to be requested in emergency mode due to large crowd gathering, and the defendant still not complying. The statement read, "It should be noted that the defendant's actions disrupted the peace and quiet and public morals of bystanders on a busy spring break day on Ocean Drive in Miami Beach." Jacquees was booked in the county jail at 1:26 a.m. The singer, whose mugshot was since gone viral, was released hours later, around 8:46 a.m. after paying a $3,700 bond. All right. All right. So let's get into Travis Scott, man. Actually, before I get into Travis Scott, let's get into the list of individuals getting a star of the Hollywood Walk of Fame this year. All right, let's get into that one right there. Hold on. All right. According to People, Angela Bassett and Mel Brooks are being recognized for their contributions to the film industry. And this is according to People. On Monday, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced that the actress Bassett, age 64, directed Brooks, who turns 97 on Wednesday, and film editor Carol Littleton will receive honorary Oscars at the 14th Governors Awards on November 18th. Michelle Satter, the founding director of Sundance Institute's feature film program, will be awarded the Jean Herschel Humanitarian Award. Honorees for that recognition in recent years have included Michael J. Fox, Danny Glover, Tyler Perry, and Gina Davis. The Academy's Board of Governors is thrilled to honor four trailblazers who have transformed the film industry and inspired generations of filmmakers and movie fans, Academy President Janet Yang said in the press release. Across her decades long career, Angela Bassett has continued to deliver transcendent performances that set new standards in acting. Mel Brooks lights up our hearts in his honor, and his legacy has made a lasting impact on every facet of entertainment, Yang added. Carol Littleton's career in the film editing serves as a model for those who come after her, said Yang. A pillar of the independent film community, Michelle Sater has played a vital role in the careers of countless filmmakers around the world. Honorary Oscar recipients are voted on by the Academy's Board of Governors. They are given to honor extraordinary distinction in lifetime achievement, exceptional contributions to the state of motion picture arts and sciences, or for outstanding service to the Academy. Past honorary Oscar winners include Samuel Jackson, Diane Warren, David Lynch, Cicely Tyson, Donald Sutherland, and more. Bassett has earned two Oscar nominations. First for Best Actress for 1993's What's Love Got to Do with It? Then for Best Supporting Actress for last year's Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. For 1974's Young Frankenstein, Brooks earned a nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay, and that same year he was nominated for Best Original Song for writing the title track for Blazing Saddles. He won Best Original Screenplay in 1969 for The Producers. Littleton earned a Best Editing nomination for 1982's E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Her other film credits include The Big Chill, 1983, Body Heat, 1981, and The Manchurian Candidate, 2004. The 14th Governors Awards will be held November the 18th. Next year's 96th Academy Awards will be held Sunday, March 10th. So there you go right there, man. There you go right there. Let's make some noise for these people that's getting the Hollywood Walk of Fame and stuff. All right, shall we? That's pretty dope, man. Being recognized for your own contributions and careers. So I'm pretty sure that's pretty happy though, man. I'm pretty sure they're happy about this. But anyway, let's make some noise. All right. One more time. All right. All right, let's talk Kraft Singles. Let's talk Kraft Singles for a sec. All right. And this is from marketingdive.com. So here's what's going on here. Kraft Singles is rebranding for the first time in 5 years, including introducing new packaging with a clean, less cluttered look and easier to open wraps for individual slices, according to information shared with Marketing Dive. A bigger singles moniker is featured on the front of the packaging, along with prevalent use of a deep blue shade and a prominent golden yellow square. The new brand identity, which was developed by Jones Knowles Ritchie, will be rolled out over the course of 2023. Kraft Singles is one of the 18 Kraft Heinz brands that have undergone design overhauls in the past 3 years. The rush of changes comes as the CPG marketer tries to maintain the momentum gained during the COVID-19 slamdemic. The Kraft Singles refresh aims to keep the brand top of mind with vibrant new packaging at a time when inflation is forcing consumers to explore ways to keep their groceries costs down, including by buying less expensive private label brands. The cheese brand is also looking to innovate to better meet consumer needs. The new packaging addresses a top consumer complaint that individual slices are hard to open. In response, each slice of Kraft Singles will now be contained in a thicker, clear wrapper that doesn't tear as easily and features a flap that is slightly textured, so it is easier to open. Um, Kraft Singles is also introducing new ultra thin and extra thick slice variations. Excuse me. During COVID, the cheese brand saw double digit growth for the first time in 5 years for pressed materials. To help maintain the company's broader momentum, last fall, Kraft Heinz named a new chief growth officer, Diana Frost, who was previously head of America Disruption and Canada CMO. Kraft Singles is just one of several brands under the Kraft Heinz umbrella that have undergone a recent refresh. Last year, Kraft rebranded its macaroni and cheese product from Kraft macaroni and cheese to simply Kraft mac and cheese. I don't get why you would actually change it, but it's the same shit, man. Like, what are you doing? Hold up. Okay, I don't get why you would actually change from macaroni and cheese to simply Kraft mac and cheese when it's the same shit. Like, come on, what are you doing? Oh man, it's the same shit, folks. It's just the wording of it has switched up though. It's just the wording of it that switched up. So there's no confusion here. So, you know what I mean? Anyway, the company also took steps to highlight the product's non perishable status, a key selling point as concerns of economic insecurity mount. Recently, Kraft Heinz posted first quarter earnings that beat Wall Street's estimates. Ooh, well, yeah, everybody's favorite is mac and cheese, and Kraft Singles and stuff is what we use to make sandwiches. So, so yeah, I don't blame these people who are doing a rebrand, but but at the same time, man, like everyone knows that mac and cheese and macaroni and cheese is basically the same shit, though, man. Like, come on. I don't. There's no fucking difference, man. Like, what? Oh shit. There's no difference right here, man. But anyway, let's get to let me see. Let me see if I miss anything. Um okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get to Travis Scott. We'll get to Travis Scott. The I know it's kind of tough for Travis Scott right now. Um, knowing that he can't go to Houston because of what happened with the Astroworld incident with 10 people with 10 fatalities that happened, which I will dive into that another time actually. But anyway. All right. Hang on a sec. All right. So, yes, so Travis Scott's Utopia album already came out, and this is from Hypebeast. Okay, so amidst the anticipation for Travis Scott's return with his heavily teased Utopia album, billboards for the upcoming project have been spotted throughout Los Angeles. It is interesting um to note that the billboards also look to be pointing towards a July release date for uh, the forthcoming LP. Um, which already came out already actually. So one ad that popped up in LA shows numbers on a briefcase combination lot, referencing the Utopia mark briefcase, the La Flame, Bad Bunny, and the Weekend have been spotted with. The numbers are set to 07211, which are believed to represent the potential drop of July 21st, which was my sister's birthday, by the way, which is the same day that the Barbie movie came out already, along with Oppenheimer. Um, Another ad shows a Utopia clock set to 7:21, further cementing the believed July 21st release. The Billboard, um, above Gil Turner Wine and Spirits Shop in West Hollywood. Also reads it is it in the liquor store. Is it in the liquor store? With um findutopia.com underneath. Oh man. So head over to findutopia.com to experience the build up to Travis Scott's Utopia album. Oh wow. Oh wow. Um yeah, I think that's it for Travis Scott. Let me see what else. Let me see. Yeah, I already talked about the. Oh, there's some more people that's getting the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Um, other than Ludacris, who already got his already. You got Blake Shelton's Blake Shelton, Martin Lawrence, Sheila E. Mindy Kaling, Vince Vaughn, Uma Thurman, Lenny Kravitz, Mark Anthony, um, Ellen Pompeo, Charlie Wilson, Garrett Morris, um, Lang Lang, and along with the people, along with the people, and hold on a second. Yeah, there's a lot, man. Also, late great Chadwick Boseman is getting it. Otis Redding, Michelle Yeoh, Eugene Levy, Gwen Stefani, Dr. Dre, and Kerry Washington are among the luminaries chosen to receive stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Let's see. Let me see. So, so, um, if you haven't noticed, how many stars are on the Walk of Fame in 2023. So basically, it's been 2,759 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this year. That's that's basically for by the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. Wow. Okay. Yeah, like I said, Ludacris received his Hollywood Walk of Fame. The star of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah, yeah, I already. Well, wait, John Waters. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute, John Waters. I don't know who John Waters is, but anyway, let me see. Yeah, there's so many. Wait, hold on. No, yeah, John Waters, Juanita Moore, posthumous, um, uh, late great the late great Paul Walker, John Favreau. Wait, hold on, John Favreau. I read, yeah, John Favreau. Yeah, Garrett Morris, Ralph Macchio. Who else, man? There's so many. There's so many people getting stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Wow. But anyway, man, let me just make some noise for the people. Like I said, there's more people that's actually getting the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That is a big deal. LL Cool J, by the way, got his as well. Um, LL Cool J got his, by the way. So, yeah, let's make some noise for everybody that I just mentioned, including Martin Lawrence, Ludacris, and everyone else that got that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Oops. All right. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see if there's anything left for me to actually. I think that's it, man. Oh, let's get to the eat and drink segment right here, man. Okay, let's get to the eat and drink segment right here. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second here. Hold on, before I get to that, let me. All right. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay. Know what to talk about here. Yes, I got this one. Anyway, we're we're gonna get into this right here. All right, here we go. This is the munchies and drinks segment right here, where I actually get into some stories from amny.com/eat and drink. So let's get into it right here, right now, man. Okay, check this out, folks. If you are in the New York area and you haven't heard about this story right here, this is basically based on the 13th annual taste of the Seaport Food. Hold on a second. Yes, the 13th annual taste of the seafood. No, excuse me. Yes, Seaport. Yes, the Seaport Food Festival returns to Lower Manhattan's East River waterfront on Saturday, September 23rd, to raise money for two local public schools. The day long culinary festival will bring together more than 40 restaurants and businesses, live music and entertainment, artists, and family friendly play zones at Piers 16 and 17. Funds raised by the Taste of Seaport will be donated to Peck, Slip, and Spruce Street schools. The funds will go towards student cultural enrichment programs and teacher professional development programs for the upcoming 2023 to 24 school year. Nancy, the principal at Spruce Street School, stated that the festival supports the school's budget and promotes the community. The Taste of the Seaport supports our school budget and models commitment, community building, and culture for these kids, Harris said. Without it, we would not be able to provide the same school experience, and we are so grateful for the neighborhood support. This year's featured restaurants include the Fulton, Malibu Farm, Tin Building, D Farah Pizza, Beatnik, Hole in the Wall. Hole in the Wall. That's the name of the food place. Wow. Wow. The Paris Cafe, Momofuku, Mar, and Italy. Not Italy. As a bonus, attendees traveling to the festival by NYC Ferry, the official transportation partner of Taste of the Seaport, will receive an extra taste ticket when they show their ferry ticket at the entry booth. The festival is sponsored by Howard Hughes Holdings Incorporated, South Street Seaport Museum, New York Presbyterian, Lower Manhattan Hospital, Downtown Alliance, and McNally Jackson. Andrew Schwartz, co-president of the New York region at Howard Hughes, expressed his pride in being um, able to support local schools. Um, Not to be confused with the comedian Andrew Schultz from the Brilliant Idiots podcast with Charlemagne the God. Um, this beloved annual event highlights the future of our community, our kids. Short stated, it's moving to see businesses and residents come together year by year. Excuse me, year after year to support this worthy cause. And of course, the details at a glance. So this is the dirt. Like I said, this is the 13th annual Taste of the Seaport Festival, and it takes place on Saturday, September 23rd, and it starts from 12 p.m. in the afternoon to 5 p.m. And it takes place Pier 16 and 17 in Lower Manhattan, New York. The tickets is $55 per person or $200 for a family pack. Tickets can be purchased at the website at www.tasteoftheseaport.org/tickets. That's www.tasteoftheseaport.org/tickets. So there you go, right there, man. There you go. Okay. Let me see. Hang on a second here. Hang on a second here. Is there more to? Let me see if I didn't leave anything out. If there's any more, let me see. Yeah, that's it. I will get to. I'm gonna save the tipsy baker. Um, I'm gonna save the tipsy baker for our next segment right there. For the next topic in this segment right here, munchies and drinks. So that's gonna be all for munchies and drinks right here. All right. So, all right. Let me see how much time we got. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go to stream choices on the go, man. I got a couple of things that I need to say about the other two streaming platforms right there, man. That I added to the new streaming platforms. Um, so there it is. Stream choices on the go. Let's go. All right. Be sure to follow the my New York Avenue podcast on Facebook alongside with Threads and Instagram. And be sure to also follow my other two podcast shows that I do, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, my sports platform that I do, and Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. I do reviews on not only movies, but I do discussions on TV shows, cartoons. I do a little bit of video games as well, and a little bit of you know music history as far as like hip hop included because of the 50th birthday of hip hop, which is why I chose to add that in there. So And you can also follow me right here. You can follow your homie right here, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York on the gram as well. Make sure you turn on your notifications and also do the same by turning on the notifications on threads as well, because I'm going to be posting some um I'm going to be posting some when the episodes are going to be dropping. I will be I might throw in some questions over there as well. So I might throw in some questions on threads as well. Um and in a near future episode, I'm gonna be talking about why Elon Musk decides to fucking put Twitter to the fucking ground by changing it to fucking X. That will be talked about in the near future episode, all right? He's stupid for that shit too. But anyway, let's get to where you can listen to the episodes and stuff. By going to the link in bio, you can actually as I list the streaming platforms to listen to, you can also download um the streaming platforms on your iPhones, your Android phones, iPads, Android tablets, laptops includes Apple, Mac, and Dell laptop models, which includes Windows. All right. So if you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see a whole bunch of streaming platforms that I'm going to mention to you for you to download onto your phones, tablets, your laptops included as well, starting with Audacity, Audible, um, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes. And the newly added streaming platform is Memento FM, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, and another newly added streaming platform is called Snipped. That's SNIPD. All right, that's without the E. And Spotify for podcasters, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. You don't need a debit card or credit card to download the app. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow the three podcast shows that's also on iHeartRadio as well. So make sure you follow Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the Sports Edition show, and Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show that's also on there as well. And my number one primary show, which is reaching its 3rd year anniversary this year, off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. And also do the same with YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel pages, which includes Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the sports YouTube channel page, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, alongside with the primary channel right here, G Money Stacks 555, where you see all the New York episodes on there as well. And click on the noti bell alongside with alerts so you can be reminded when the show goes on the air via live stream, along with the date and time. And of course, if you're looking to see new and previous episodes already dropped off, you can see the live section right there. You can go there. You're gonna see all the episodes already uploaded on there as well. So there you have it right there, man. Yes, so listen, stream, watch these episodes in case you miss any of the episodes, including the topics that's being discussed. And tell us what you think about the topics, man, on what's being discussed. And you can also You can also make a charitable donation to my Cash App and my PayPal, whatever option you choose. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, um make sure you share the episodes, share the videos, download the episodes. Be sure to share the videos, tell a friend to another friend, and of course share the link with all the that says linktree / G Money Stacks 555, along with the links that's in there, along with the podcast, with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, the people you cool with from work and everywhere else in between. All right, man. That's gonna do it for me. I'm up out of here. Thank you so much. I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you so much for listening, tuning in, and rocking with me on episode 286, titled Kraft Singles. You could have listened to any podcast in the whole world, but you chose to listen to this New York Avenue podcast platform right here. I appreciate every single one of you, and of course the 5-star rating on Spotify. I really appreciate that right there, man. I really appreciate this so much, though. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard. You have to work hard and earn it. Also, also, you want to find and look for something that gets you into yours. You want to also look for something that makes you smile creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually, alongside with doing what makes you happy, along with along with the types of energy, all the energy, and you don't need other people's validations, man. The only person you need to validate is yourself, man. Be on your P's and Q's that gets you into your zone, or that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. So there you have it, folks. That's gonna do it for me, man. I'm up out of here. Peace and one love. And I'll be back with the next episode in a couple of minutes. All right. Peace and one love. And enjoy the rest of your week. And of course, your Memorial, no, not Memorial, but your Labor Day weekend. All right. Be careful out there, be safe, and everything else in between. Peace out.